If someone urinates on you, and you hate it, you're both pissed on and pissed off. And if you are also drunk, you are pissed on, and pissed off. I may just need to take a piss. In that case, you are probably urinating on the other person in order to take the piss out of them. So if afterwards if you gather up all the piss you're pissed off, pissed on and you're taking the piss. If you procrastinate by playing video games and ignore the main storyline, you're procrastinating your procrastination with more procrastinating. Edit. Guys, I know I messed up with the wording. You don't need to keep pointing it out. I can't change the title. I'm out here procrastinating my work by reading your post about how procrastinating by playing video games while skipping the story is procrastinating with more procrastinating. Now procrastinating sounds weird because I've thought about the word for too long. Poop, I really gotta go do my work. Procrastinating is crastinating like a pro. What is regular crastinating like? It's when you suck at procrastinating and end up working but not quite. Oof. I guess I'm a casual crastinator then. Whomever compiled the first joke book literally wrote the oldest joke in the book unknowingly. Philogulus. Ancient Greek. Weird symbols. I am a mere bot. What you expect me to say? Translation. Love of Laughter is the oldest existing collection of jokes. Google. To keep ourselves safe, we reinforce our doors with multiple locks, but put curtains and blinds on our easy to break windows. Your standard door bolt isn't even hard to pick. It's an illusion of safety. Your home is probably really easy to get into, window or otherwise. The fact that people can't randomly enter my apartment from the street without having lockpicks or bashing the door in is still a good level of security compared to leaving the door open. Yes, it won't prevent someone prepared to trespass my apartment, but it discourages the opportunists. Deadbolts don't provide a great amount of security due to many people's door frames being very easy to break. Need a steel security door frame and a proper heavy door. Even then, it's best to also have a doorstop device that wedges the door closed using physical mechanical advantage if the lock were to be broken and the door be kicked. If we teach every kid sign language, then at some point in the future everyone will able to talk to everyone. Universal sign language. You do know that signed languages are just like spoken languages and that they're not all the same? Did not. Should have written universal sign language or something, I guess. Laughing out loud, no problem. Well, yay. People often overlook that signed languages are literally just languages, but in a different medium. To be honest, introducing a universal language would be difficult regardless of whether it was spoken or signed. There are two grammar structures in signed languages. One is based upon spatial mapping and one is based upon the spoken language of the area. For example, there isn't really a written form of ASL naturally with an alphabet. The alphabet comes from the spoken language. So usually deaf people from two different countries can figure out how to communicate with each other using the second grammar structure, spatial mapping, to show how things happen within shapes, etc. Edited to at, well, signed language in a universal form would benefit every person, even the deaf blind. That way every person could communicate. Considering how bad everything inside our body smells when it comes out, our skin must be really good at containing smells. Or our nose ignores our smell, just like it ignores what your nose smells like. Cool either way. God damn it, now I wanna smell my nose. Depending on how active you are on the internet, you've probably met a murderer. Shaggy and Scooby could probably deep throat really good. I will give you an award on any post you make as long as you just ducking delete this. I see. Loads shotgun. How do I delete someone else's post? This post will be the cause of COVID-20. What can I say except delete this? What a terrible day to have eyes. No, just no. This is why Fred always kept the girls from Shaggy and Scooby. You mean, they would deep throat the girls? Social media is a form of cancer on human connectivity. Like cell division, it is natural to seek connections with like-minded, but if it is unchecked, it threatens to grow uncontrollably and malignant. And I do understand the irony of posting this on a social media. It's a good analogy, as a malignant tumor is collection of cancer cells. Cancer are cells that keep reproducing themselves without changing or shutting off, so that tumor is much like an echo chamber on Facebook or Reddit. Now, reread that paragraph, but imagine that Arnold Schwarzenegger is talking to you. I love how he says, tumor. The chances of someone saying bad things in front of a teacher or showing up naked to class have gone up due to online classes and forgetting to mute turn off video. Future generations will have lots of high quality video footage of so many extinct animals. And they will be moaning that they are only 2D, while watching a holographic football match on their dining room table. I honestly think 3D television is a bad idea. I'd prefer 2D screens. So you're a flat screener? The Titanic moved over liquid water, was powered by water vapor and was sunk by frozen water. And the OP thought about it while covered in water. While also being made of mostly water. While the Titanic is covered under a lot of water. Most water is underwater. Except clouds. What are the chances? It's okay to kick a pregnant woman as long as it's from the inside. Currently 37 weeks pregnant, it's about ducking time someone started speaking about this. Oh, it's so taboo. Babies are so cute blah blah blah, but they have no qualms about kicking and punching people. They're content to let others clean up their messes. They throw absolute tantrums if they don't get what they want. It's outrageous. Currently nursing my 2-month-old. Just wait till they get a hold of your nipple. Elevators must be crazy for dogs. They just enter a small room, a door closes, that same door opens, and all of a sudden they are in a totally different place. Don't dogs feel like they are moving? I think they kind of know. Moscow strays learn to use the metro system. Similar thing. By observing and putting animals in different situations, we begin to realize how smart they actually are, and how dumb we were of thinking they weren't. A dog can understand human speak, more than we can understand dogs speak. So there's that to consider. A while back I lived on a farm where they raised German shepherds and provided boarding for dogs. It didn't take long at all to get to know the individual barks, whines and growls of more than a dozen shepherds. And then there were the regular boarders. Once you get an ear for it, it's almost as easy as recognizing an individual human's voice. I have 2 German shepherds and they 100% talk. There's the aggressive barking when they are trying to scare something away. There's the playful growls with each other. There's the other playful grows used towards their people. There's the whines for when they need to argue. There's the mixture of noises when I ask if they really need to go outside. It's so funny to me how much these 2 actually use their voices that isn't just straight barking. My cat, before he died about 5 days ago, had a hungry meow, an open the door meow, a meow to let me know he is coming and wants attention, or is letting you know he is coming and jumping up next to me, which I always looked forward to lol. And about 6 days ago, I discovered he had an I am in a lot of pain and something is really not right meow. I heard a separate meow the next day when saying, in pain mixed with stressed and don't like this meow. Over the years, when we would snuggle and I would kiss his head, if he were in a sweet mood, he would lick my chin as a way to kiss me back. When I said goodbye to him, he either didn't have the strength to lift his head, or it was painful uncomfortable, so he didn't lick my chin, but after telling him I loved him, he stuck his head under my chin, which he also did a lot when I'd hold him, and it was his way of saying that he loves me. When I told him I needed him to tell me that it's time to summon the vet back in to put him to sleep, he almost immediately tried to wiggle out of my arms because he was in pain and was meowing. That was his way of telling me it's time to press the buzzer. I still really miss that boy, and he was a good cat. I know this will get easier with time, and while it's painful, it's getting slightly easier to deal with. Sorry for posting a downer post lol. I thought it was a good example of how animals have their own language. He would sometimes mouth at me when wanting food, or when I approach him, and if meow back, and he'd respond and we'd go back and forth for like a minute. No one ever announces when it's their first rodeo. Seems awfully suspicious that melting frozen yogurt does not give you yogurt. The title Minister Prime sounds a lot more powerful than Prime Minister. If an unstoppable object hits an unmovable object, it goes through it. It's unmovable, not impenetrable.